Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Village of Fredonia for tonight's Board of Trustees meeting on October 15th, 2024 at 7 p.m. I'm Mayor Mike Ferguson. We'll call tonight's meeting to order. We have a couple of trustees who will not be with us tonight, Trustee Syracuse and Trustee Wandell. In attendance, Trustee Brockler. Here. Trustee Esperson.
Here.
Trustee Twitchell.
Here.
Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, at this time I would like to make a motion that we change the verbiage for the last resolution on today's agenda. And what I am proposing that we change would be the last paragraph to read, "Be resolved, the Village Board hereby supports the North County Water District's decision to retain Labella to conduct an additional evaluation and modeling study, proposal number P2404268, to evaluate the feasibility of a connection from the North County Water District to the Village of Fredonia." And the reason it needs to be changed is we can't authorize something that we're not fiscally responsible for.
Okay.
So this just showing our support for it.
I'd like to have that in writing so I could read it. Can we put this off? Can we table this until we make that correction?
We can make a motion. The motion has been made. There hasn't been a second yet.
I would second it, but I would also second the motion to table it.
Well, we need to take a vote on the first issue first, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a second from Trustee Brockler. So Michelle, we'll go for the vote, and then if you want to turn it to table it, we can table it at that point. So Trustee Brockler?
I'll go aye on this one.
Okay. Trustee Twitchell?
On tabling it?
No,
No, on the motion
Reading
itself
it?
as it
yeah,
is.
to change it.
I don't like this.
Okay.
I mean, first of all, we never even talked about this
Yeah, we did.
in the workop. No,
We didn't talk about the workshop. We talked
I
about it.
didn't see this written down. for
We
the
had talked
workshop.
about, we did talk about the
Trustee
workshop.
Esperson, these words were not given to us. The way it's written, it was not given to us
Okay.
at a workshop.
That is correct.
So this is pretty much a walk-on.
In the workshop, what we talked about was a resolution supporting the North County Water District's decision to use Labella for the study. That's what we talked, that was what the resolution was gonna say. And that's what this resolution says. You can vote against it if you want to.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So, first one passes now to table this and to have it rewritten.
Well,
With the
so
verbiage.
we started the rewritten vote. Trustee Brockler voted
Aye.
aye.
And if
To
you
rewrite
vote-
it?
Yes.
To do a rewrite and pass it now. But if you vote nay, then it fails. And
No,
Nay.
because it won't fail, because I will vote
But that's,
2-1, that's a majority.
No, that doesn't work. You have to have everybody, 3 people have to vote yes.
Right.
I think so.
Okay.
When there's only 3 trustees, John,
You need all 3 votes.
you need
All right.
all 3 votes.
So do you want to make a motion to,
I will make the motion to table this until we can have the proper language inserted in the resolution that you are requesting.
and if I say no, then nothing happens?
Right.
Yeah. But I'll
Guess
second
so.
the tabling motion as well.
Okay.
Yeah, aye.
So let's okay.
Aye.
Aye. And Michelle, your vote to table
To
it?
table it, aye.
Okay.
Okay.
So be it.
It's
Thank you.
tabled, we can fix it in the next.
So to let people know exactly what we're talking about.
Trustee Twitchell.
Study that is, Labella is looking at is for the North County connection. That study has, has been financed through outside sources that will cost the taxpayer nothing. The reason why we did that is taxpayers have already paid over $140,000 for the original Labella study, which did not include this potential connection. And
That
the
was
town
just with
offered-
ARPA money, excuse me, Mayor.
Right.
That was ARPA money.
Right, so it's
It
ARPA
wasn't
money along
taxpayer
with
money.
$50,000 from 2 other state officials. So that will, so there's no new expenditures on that particular study. So it's not our study, it's the town of Pomfret study with Labella.
Right.
So, okay. So approval of minutes.
Whereas members of this board have read the official minutes of the Board of Trustees regular meeting of September 30th, 2024. Now therefore be it resolved that the board hereby approves the minutes as entered into the official minutes, and be it further resolved that the reading of the minutes be dispensed with.
Second.
Second. Sorry.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, could you turn the air conditioning up just a, it's hot in here.
Well, we could turn it on first.
There you go.
And then we can turn it up.
Thank you.
Yeah.
There you go.
Thank you. Let me know if it's too cold. Whatever.
This portion of the meeting is for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to speak, once recognized, shall stand at the microphone and state their name and address. Speakers will be allowed 3 minutes of speaking for themselves, or 5 minutes of speaking on behalf of a group. I will ask the speakers to refrain from remarks that are in poor taste, slanderous, or not germane to any action taken or contemplated by the board.
First speaker is James Linden.
Good evening. I was hoping that Trustee Syracuse would be here because during the last meeting, she made some comments directed towards the Save Our Reservoir group. And we were not able to rebut her comments because she did it during her report. It came after the open public portion, so I'm here tonight to do that. Her statement, because she's not here, I want to really remember what she said. This is a quote from her. The whole argument, and that of the Save the Reservoir group, has nothing short of confirmation bias and really displays the level of ignorance that's held by seemingly every member of the group to make a sound, educated, unbiased, and uninfluenced decision. And to be perfectly clear, this is no one's board. This board belongs to the residents of the Village of Fredonia. Yes, that's absolutely true. It does belong to the Village of Fredonia. And the Save Our Reservoir group are constituents of this board. We are residents of this village. To call us ignorant is unbelievably, well, if I can say that, ignorant on her part. And as far as confirmation of bias, as far as the information goes, whether the new information or old information, I assure you this group is very well educated on what's going on. We have members of this group that are attorneys and and high members of this business community of the village, past mayors, past treasurers. We have past trustees, planning board members, zoning board members. So I assure you that we understand the information and the new information given. Matter of fact, the new information, talk about confirmation of bias. This village knowingly has connections with the North County Water District for emergency use. They've done nothing about it, knowing that there's a pressure issue. They've done nothing about it, the board has done nothing about it, and as a matter of fact, the Department of Health has done nothing to cite the North County Water District for its lack of pressure. But they want to reduce the entire village's pressure to meet that outside supplier's pressure with this new study. So, talk about bias, confirmation of bias, utilizing something that's supposed to be functioning for us. It does not function under contract it's supposed to. Matter of fact, talk about being ignorant is the lawsuit. We filed, the group filed a lawsuit and won. Who's the ignorant one here? It certainly isn't the village, the Save the Reservoir group, because they won the lawsuit. The newest data supports all of our statements we've made here over and over and over. The idea that you keep pushing forward to buy water outside the village when we're supported by hundreds, literally hundreds of supporters for Save the Reservoir Group. And you have documents that have been supplied to you by that. There's signed documents that people are in support of this group of saving a reservoir and not buying our water from outside the village. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Sam Drayo.
Thank you, Mayor, board members. The article in the Observer that was published this past October 5th made accusations alleging the lack of action by village officials, elected officials, regarding the water system were damaging to the village. The alleged damages were not caused by a lack of action by village officials. The Observer article specifically alleges the following. The village lost population due to poor water quality. But according to this U.S. Census, the population of the village in 2020 was 9,670. In 2023, the population of the village was 9,455. This is a decrease of population of 215. The U.S. Census includes, this is important, the college in its census figures. People wonder if the population includes a college. The census does include the college. So it is very plausible, and more likely, that this was attributable to a decrease in students, not a decrease in the permanent year-round village residents. There are no facts to support the Observer's conclusion that the decrease in population was attributed to poor water quality. The county of Chautauqua lost over 10,000 population. The city of Dunkirk during the same period had a population of 12,563 in 2010. It has now decreased to 11,756. And Dunkirk's supposed to have a state-of-the-art water system. The loss in population is not attributable to the village water system. The Observer article also states and alleges that the water issue was a cause of Carriage House relocating. That's incorrect. The village water system was not the reason for Carriage House relocating. The former president of the Carriage House at a meeting stated that the change to relocating was a movement of population, and the location of the change was to relocate to an area that was more favorable and closer to Kentucky and had where its customer base was located. This led Roll Corp and the new owners of the Carriage House to decide to make peanut butter in its underutilized plant in Georgia. The move from Fredonia would contribute to profitability. Mr. Manley never alleged that the water system had anything to do with relocating. That has been brought up by the Observer a couple of times, and it's not true. The Observer article also alleges that the village water system was partially responsible for the decline in college enrollment. What basis is there for that allegation? There is none. According to the college, this year saw the largest number of new incoming students at Fredonia in 3 years. College population went up. The Observer article states that the village trustees snubbed the idea of joining the water district because it was selfish, and that it was afraid it would lose revenues from the Carriage House. Selling water is not a cash cow. You cover your expenses. So that's not correct. The village thought that it's in the best interest of the village residents and its water districts to keep an independent source of water owned and maintained by the village. The money-making part is not valid. Let's not dwell on the past and what should have been done and point blame. That's not going to solve anything. The village needs to have good engineering advice and accurate figures and common sense to make a sound decision. All persons and groups are entitled to be heard and respected in this very important decision-making process.
Thank you. We also want to acknowledge that we have guests here with us tonight who are here from Fredonia High School and government program, correct? Good deal. If there are no other speakers tonight, we will close the public portion of this meeting.
Correspondence was received from Fire Chief Joshua Myers requesting to add Joshua Fritz as a volunteer associate firefighter.
Be resolved that the name of Joshua Fritz, Tyndall Avenue, West Seneca, New York, is hereby added as an associate firefighter for the Village of Fredonia Fire Department.
Second.
Trustee Brockler,
Aye.
Trustee Esperson,
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Thank you.
Correspondence was received from Fire Chief Joshua Myers requesting the names David Sinclair, Samantha Borges, and Austin Henry be added to the active roles of the volunteer fire department.
Be it resolved that the names of David Sinclair, Townsend Street, Dunkirk, New York, Samantha Borges, Temple Street, Fredonia, New York, and Austin Henry, Johnson Road, Ripley, New York, are hereby added to the active roles of the Fredonia Volunteer Fire Department Incorporated.
Second.
Trustee Twitchell,
Aye.
Trustee Brockler,
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Correspondence dated October 11, 2024 was received from Ashley Pickferry, President for the Applied Communication Association at SUNY Fredonia, informing the village of their annual fall sweep event on Sunday, November 10, 2024.
Be resolved that village board hereby endorses the annual fall sweep event on Sunday, November 10th, 2024 from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay.
Trustee Twitchell,
Aye.
Trustee Brockler,
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Thank you.
Correspondence dated October 8, 2024 was received from the staff at Village Hall requesting the day after Thanksgiving, November 29, 2024 off.
Be it resolved that the Village Hall offices will be closed Friday, November 29th, 2024, the day after Thanksgiving, and that each village employee will use a personal vacation day.
Second.
Second.
Trustee Twitchell,
Aye.
Trustee Brockler,
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
I have no mayor's report for tonight. Trustee and committee reports, Trustee Brockler,
Nothing really.
Trustee Esperson.
Yeah, I had a meeting this week with Chief Myers to discuss some concerns he had and ideas he has regarding those concerns, and I'll let him fill in the board when he's ready to do that. I was able to attend the mixtape bingo at Downtown Brew to benefit Fredonia, or Feed Fredonia Challenge. We'll be participating with the Harvest Moon Cemetery Tour this Friday and Saturday night. Hope everybody gets their tickets and comes out. And lastly, I sat on some interviews with Chief Price and Alyssa, or interviewed, for the vacant dispatcher position. There were 5 scheduled interviews and 1 individual showed up. So I guess those interviews will be rescheduled at some other time. That's all I have.
Thank you. Trustee Twitchell.
I just want to remind everybody, Trunk or Treat is going to be on October 26th, and it will be from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. And if you're still interested in participating, please contact Kayla Sullivan, our rec department director. And that's all I have for tonight.
Thank you. That is a lot of fun, and hope people can come out for that. We also want to remind everybody that there's 3 more days left in the Feed Fredonia Challenge, and we do have a box in the lobby. We are a stop-off place. I know Downtown Brew and the church across the street also are stop-off places. This food goes to feed people in need right here in our own village, even though, as we know, there are challenges across the U.S. right now. If you would like to make a donation, you can. When our doors are open from approximately 8:30 in the morning until around 5 o'clock at night, you are able, or if you come to a movie or a show at the Opera House, you're able to drop it off in the box. The box is right in the lobby. Thank you. Thank you, trustees. Treasurer report.
Nothing this evening.
Okay. Additional reports.
Fredonia Police Department report for the month of September 2024. Total incidents reported 986. Fredonia Central School called for service 5. Accidents 21. Arrest reported 47. Vehicle and traffic incidents 127. Domestic incidents 18. And apparently parking tickets were not able to be counted due to a computer glitch. So we'll have that next month. The Fredonia Justice Court report for the month of September 2024. Total number of cases closed 99. Of those, vehicle and traffic 72, criminal cases 17, village ordinances 6, civil cases 3, ABC laws 1, New York State laws 0. Total fines and surcharges $6,917 for a total of $6,917. That's all I have.
Thank you. Resolutions.
Be resolved, the hours for trick-or-treating are hereby approved from 4:30 PM to 8 PM on Thursday, October 31st, 2024 for the Village of Fredonia and the Town of Pomfret. And a curfew to be set for 8 PM, and the parents be encouraged to tell their children not to trick-or-treat beyond 8 PM. Residents are also encouraged to turn porch lights off at 8 PM, thus signaling further trick-or-treating will not be accepted.
Can I have a second, please?
Second.
Trustee Twitchell?
I did want to make it till 7:30. I'm concerned about kids walking in the dark where there's no sidewalks, but I'll agree to it this year.
Okay. Trustee Esperson?
I agree with Trustee Twitchell. I know we talked about 7:30, but I think next year we need to make sure that happens. Yeah.
Trustee Brockman?
But I'll say aye.
Okay.
I'll
thank
also
you.
say aye with the reservation that, let's see how it goes this year.
Keep in mind that, as it says here, if you don't have candy or you don't want to participate,
Turn your light out.
that's the Grinch
Right.
on Christmas, isn't it? But you just turn off your light and sit in the dark with the rest of us. Or, don't forget, we have Trunk or Treat coming up that weekend as well, and there's plenty of other organizations and churches that have Trunk and Treats over the next couple of weeks, so you can truly have the experience with your children if you cannot make it out until later in the afternoon. Realize that people do work out of town. So, and thank you. Next.
Be it resolved that pursuant to Section 5520 of Village Law, the following budget transfers are hereby approved. $7,641 from F8320.41 purification water supplies purchased to H8330.2 filtration flow meter.
Have a second, please.
Second.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Syracuse? I'm sorry.
She's not here.
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Whereas the village requires the purchase and installation of a flow meter at the water treatment plant, and whereas Siemens Industry Incorporated, Amherst, New York, provided a quote for a Siemens ultrasonic flow transmitter with mounting hardware in the amount of $7,641. And whereas the flow meter is necessary for the village's purpose, therefore be it resolved the village board authorizes the purchase of the flow meter from Siemens Industry Incorporated in the amount of $7,641.
Second.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Thank you.
Whereas National Grid has requested a certain condition that the village provide necessary proof of insurance and sign an indemnification agreement, now therefore, be resolved the village provide proof of insurance, the mayor is hereby authorized to sign on behalf of the Village of Fredonia an indemnification agreement to National Grid for all liability arising from the attachment, maintenance, or removal of decorations. Be further resolved that upon approval from National Grid, the suits department is hereby authorized to place Christmas decorations on said streetlight poles.
Second.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye. Whereas the village requires the purchase of a new sampler for the wastewater treatment plant, and whereas Manning Environmental, Inc., Florence, Texas, provided a quote for a VSR5 sampler and miscellaneous attachments in the amount of $5,406. And whereas the sampler is necessary for the village's purpose, therefore be it resolved, the village board hereby authorizes the purchase of the VSR5 sampler in the amount of $5,406 from the Manning Environmental, Inc.
Second.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Whereas the village requires the study of the chlorine system at the water treatment plant, and whereas Labella PLLC, Buffalo, New York, provided a proposal to perform this study using the rates included in their engineer of record contract. And whereas the proposal is necessary for the village's purpose, therefore be it resolved the village board hereby authorizes Labella to review the chlorination system in an amount not to exceed $3,000.
Second.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Thank you.
Be it resolved that the regular and overtime payrolls of the various village departments and bills approved by the Finance Committee and set forth in Abstracts number 733 through 736 are hereby approved and directed, paid, and filed in the village clerk's office, 9 to 11 Church Street, Fredonia, New York.
Second. Okay. Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Trustee Brockley.
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye. Whereas the village requires new turnout gear for the fire department, whereas Municipal Emergency Services, Poughkeepsie, New York, has provided a quote for the necessary turnout gear for $4,234.58, and whereas this turnout gear is suitable for the village's purpose, therefore be it resolved, the village board hereby authorizes the purchase of the turnout gear from Municipal Emergency Services for $4,234.58.
Second.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Trustee Brockley.
Aye. Whereas the village requires new gauntlet gloves for the fire department, and whereas Municipal Emergency Services, Poughkeepsie, New York, has provided a quote for the necessary 20 pairs of Excalibur gauntlet gloves as well as 20 hoods for $3,110.40. And whereas the gloves and hoods are suitable for the village's purpose, therefore be it resolved, the village board hereby authorizes the purchase of the gloves and hoods from Municipal Emergency Services for $3,110.40.
Second.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Trustee Brockley.
Aye.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye. Be resolved that the request from Louis Fred to send Corbin Dissel to math for water, wastewater plant operators and microbiology, October 22nd, 2024 at JCC North Campus at a cost not to exceed $120 is hereby approved.
Second.
Trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Trustee Brockley.
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Before we read this next one, I just wanted to say that this doesn't change Brendan attending his paramedic class. It just changes that we are going to pay him to go to the class.
I'm sorry. You know, this, to me, this doesn't have enough information in it. Even though you just explained it, I'd like to have a better explanation on this as written for a resolution.
We discussed it at length at the workshop, why this was necessary.
I know, and it really doesn't give the reason why, though.
It's actually rescinding the previous proposal.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. And I really don't feel comfortable enough with what is going on with paying Brendan Pizak.
Do you want to?
We're rescinding this, and you're going to pay him just as a regular firefighter, like he's working there 48-hour schedule.
I guess I would suggest, if you were confused as to what the intention was during workshop, that you perhaps speak with Chief Myers and get all your answers, or your questions answered. And then we can, if you want to table it, and we can.
Yes,
and
I
then
would
we-
like to
then you have a
table
couple
that.
weeks to do that, and then we can put it on the next agenda.
That would be great. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep.
Mhm.
You want to move motion to table?
I'll make that motion to
Trustee.
table it.
It's a motion on the table to table this particular resolution on Brendan Pizak. Trustee Esperson.
I'll second it, and I'll say aye.
Trustee Brockley.
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell.
Aye.
Thank you.
I agree. It's a little vague the way it's worded.
It's vague.
It really
Right.
should be a little
Mhm.
more specific.
Exactly. Thank you.
All right,
Mr. Brown.
whereas the village of Fredonia has an immediate opening in the position of wastewater treatment plant operator trainee. Now therefore be it resolved that Matthew Edwards, Dunkirk, New York, is hereby hired as a full-time wastewater/water treatment plant operator trainee to work at the filtration plant at an hourly rate of $19.13 and a 6-month probationary period effective October 21st, 2024.
Before we second this is to replace a previous employee, is that correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so these monies out in the budget.
Mhm.
I'll second. Second that.
A second. Trustee Brockler,
Aye.
trustee Twitchell,
Aye.
trustee Esperson.
Aye.
Okay.
Be it resolved that as of November 1st, 2024, Emily Rapport go on to New York. Separation of employment as clerk 2 with the Village of Fredonia has been approved.
I'll second that.
Trustee Twitchell,
Aye.
trustee Esperson,
Aye.
trustee Brockler.
Aye. Be it resolved that the village is in need of a paramedic/firefighter for the fire department and will be offering a $15,000 sign-on bonus to be paid over 3 years for a candidate that holds valid paramedic certification. I believe that should also say valid firefighter and paramedic. It's only open to transfers, right?
Correct. I'll second that.
Trustee Brockler,
Aye.
trustee Twitchell,
Nay, I do have something to say about that. This board has an opportunity to relieve its budgetary deficit by not hiring a replacement paramedic firefighter. New York state law does not mandate 2 paramedics per emergency response.
That's true, but our
An
contract does.
editorial recently appeared in the Observer noting that 44% of Fredonia's $900,000 deficit is due to overestimated emergency services income. It is irresponsible for an advertisement for the proposed replacement paramedic firefighter to appear on a social media post prior to this board's vote of approval. The proposed signing bonus sets a dangerous precedent for the future hires at a time when we have no money. That's why I'm voting nay on this.
can I make a respectful comment to that? The 2 paramedics are by a contract that the board entered with the fire department.
We are
So while it's not necessary by New York State, it's necessary by the state, by the contract that we signed.
I understand
Previous
that we are
administration.
in a budget crisis
Agreed.
right now, and we're just not going to be able to fill the positions that we need because of that. And I want to do the responsible thing and not spend money.
Understood.
And I will vote nay on this.
I just wanted to let you know that, so that we didn't
That's fine.
try to.
That's fine.
Okay. Trustee Esperson?
I'll vote aye, and I do agree with trustee Twitchell that that appearing on social media before it appeared before this board was inappropriate. I'm not sure I agree with her about her feelings about whether you hire somebody or not, but I totally agree with her at that point. I would vote aye.
Trustee Brockman?
I'll also vote aye, but I do recognize your point, and it's a good point. And, I think it's something that we need to consider carefully as we come up into contract negotiations
Thank you.
for the next year.
And trustee, you're voting nay.
Nay.
So once again, we need
It-
3 votes to
it
pass.
doesn't
Yeah, it
pass.
doesn't
It
pass.
fails.
And we will speak to the appropriate parties about posting
Take that down.
things before.
I would like to have that Facebook page taken down.
Well, the post is what you meant.
The
Yeah,
post,
yeah.
right. That post should be removed.
There's one more here tonight.
That was tabled.
That was tabled.
That was tabled.
earlier.
Oh, okay, you're right. And I will speak to the fire department about that along with the committee member tomorrow. Or actually, we might be tonight, but we'll have a more formal discussion on that tomorrow.
Thank you.
Unless there's reason to go into executive session? No? Then I ask for a motion to end tonight's meeting.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
Trustee Esperson?
Aye.
Trustee Brockler?
Aye.
Trustee Twitchell?
Aye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next meeting of the Village of Fredonia Workshop will take place Wednesday, October 23rd, in this very room at 9 a.m. in the trustee room, 2nd floor of Village Hall. You're welcome to attend. It is open to the public. The next Village of Fredonia board meeting will take place on Monday, October 28th, 2024 at 7 p.m. in trustee room, 2nd floor, Village Hall, this very room, and once again, open to the public. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for your attendance, we thank you for your opinions, and we also thank you for watching, and have a great night, enjoy all that the Village of Fredonia has to offer. Take care.